another episode of Rinkside. I'm Brooke Pierwitz, joined with Mick Hatton. And Mick, last weekend the Huskies faced off against Colorado College, and it wasn't the outcome they wanted on Friday, so Coach Larson went with a couple of lineup changes for Saturday. What improvements did you see?
Well, they're trying to get a few guys going. Adam Ingram and Vidi Miettinen are two guys that they're trying to get their offense going a little bit. And Mason Salquist has been a guy that's played well all season long, but doesn't have a point yet. So they're trying to get him going a little bit offensively too. So those three guys were together, and I thought they actually had a little bit of chemistry together down there. And then they brought Jack Rogers in on Saturday night, and I think he brings kind of a physical element. He's a little bit bigger player. He'll play on the wall and kind of get out in front of the net a little bit more. So I thought he was a nice addition. And then Joe Molinar was up with Yami Kranola and Zach Okabe. And again, Molinar's a little bit bigger body. So, I mean, those two guys are a little bit smaller players. I think he brings a little bit more of a physical presence.
And looking at the former Tiger, Grant Cruikshank, he now has 24 points on the season, and that's a number he hasn't seen before. How have you seen his play evolve since he's been with the Huskies?
I think the big thing for Grant is, two things. One, they've gotten him back at center, which I think is more of his natural position. He's a really good face-off guy. And then they've gotten him playing in all situations. He's on the power play, he's on the penalty kill. That was not, he wasn't playing on the power play down at Minnesota, so it's been a few years since he's been there. So he's getting to play in all situations. He's got power play goals, he's got penalty kill goal, shorthanded goals for them. So he's kind of been able to bring a little bit of something to each facet, I guess, of St. Cloud State's game.
And now looking at this weekend, the team faces off against Denver, who averages almost 34 shots per game. What do the Huskies need to do to make sure those shots stay out of the back of the net?
Well, I think, you turn the clock back just a little bit to when they played Minnesota. It's kind of a similar situation to when they played the Gophers here a couple weeks ago, where a lot of high-end guys on Denver's team. They've scored 7 goals in each of the last 3 games. So they're rolling a little bit offensively. They got to stay out of the penalty box against this team. There's too much talent for them to be going to the box consistently during this weekend. And I think one of the things that maybe they learned from playing the Gophers, keep them going north-south. Don't let a team that's creative and as talented as they are to keep going east-west on you, so keep them in their lanes.
Every weekend is important, but just how important is this weekend facing off against a top team in the NCHC and one of the top teams nationally?
Yeah, it's a big weekend on a couple of ways that you look at it. From a pairwise standpoint, it'd be huge for St. Cloud State to get points. If they're able to get points both games, I mean, that's going to be huge for them. In terms of the conference standings, if they're going to have a shot at catching these guys, I mean, they've got to put a dent in them this weekend. They can't get swept. They can't go over on the weekend. So they have to defend home ice this weekend.
Well, that's all I have for you on this episode of Rinkside. Make sure you follow Mick the Rink Live and SCSU Huskies _MH to stay tuned on this NCHC matchup at the Brooks Center.